back to the mind-reading game with the Council. We just learned that we are a demon and that Lord Mortimer is supposedly our father. And now we will try to find our mother. We haven't been to the wharf in quite a while. And we haven't been here to this place up front at all. So I need to check around. Oh, collector coin. I haven't seen collector coins in a while. This is the entrance. We don't want to enter. We want to find our mother. Jelly. Yes, jelly. Take that. So, I'm wondering which abilities we will get in addition.
You manipulated us all. You're going to pay.
Oh,
What is at stake
Gunfight
here
again.
far outweighs our personal interests.
Our personal interests. You betrayed me.
Emily, no!
What an idiot. He still doesn't get it.
But wait, how has Sarah betrayed you?
I don't believe it. You still don't get it. I'm not Emily, stupid.
You went as far as killing your own sister?
You're the one who pointed her out. You only have yourself to blame.
Oh, dear God!
Surprise, Sarah. You can't just get rid of me like that, you old hag.
Do you realize what you did? Your dual identity has just been ripped to shreds. You're not going to be able to hide anymore.
Hide. You still don't get it. Don't be a fool. I am the only Duchess Hillsborough now. I am free.
Duchess, I am sorry about what happened.
You had a choice. You use people according to your desires without any scruples.
Excuse me, but we are in the same line of business.
Shut it!
And Emily knew it very well.
No, Emma, look at me.
She would never endanger herself for the sake of the Order. Her sense of duty gave way to her personal interest. In the end, Sir Gregory was the only one who was truly honest with me. He has opened my eyes more in 2 days than my sister did in a whole lifetime.
Sir Gregory? You've got to be joking, right? You're not really going to trust him, are you?
I trust Gregory. He's always honest with me.
Why follow Holm? Holm manipulates us. She ought to trust Mortimer.
Emma, you don't realize. You're just a pawn to Sir Gregory, like the rest of us.
He has never lied to me. He took me in, took care of me. Something that no one else has ever done for me.
Why did he do it? You didn't have any particular item which he desperately wanted you to give him, for example?
No,
Emma, you are the only one who knows where the Al-Azif is hidden. He's using you.
It's all Mortimer's fault.
Mortimer is responsible for his share of all of this, but he's not playing alone. Holm is serving his own interests too. There's been enough deaths.
Lower your armor. That's enough. She's finished. Mortimer is a demon.
No, it isn't fair. I haven't done all this for nothing. Holm promised me I could be the only Duchess Hillsborough from now on. No, it isn't fair.
Oh,
I haven't done all this for
same.
nothing.
Oh man.
Holm promised me I could be the only Duchess Hillsborough from now on.
That's enough. She's finished. What should that be? Mortimer is a demon. Yeah, exposed the truth to her already. She's finished? Oh wait, the options are totally stupid.
Lower your weapon, Emma.
No, I've gone too far to stop here. You are trying to
options are
manipulate
totally
me
stupid.
again, I can tell.
No, why do you say that?
That poor Emma is stupid. She would swallow any story you wanted, wouldn't she? No one will ever manipulate me again. She should never have tried to shoot me.
Emma, no.
Don't move!
Louis, remember
Well,
in
those
Paris?
answers were really stupid.
I trust you, son. Now, Louis!
No, damn it! No! Why did you do that?
Louis!
No! Come on, Mother. Hang in there. You're gonna get through this.
Do not trust him. I am proud of you, my son.
No! Mother! No!
Oh, that were really stupid answers. They didn't reveal what he's going to say. They were totally useless. There were no information at all. Oh, I hate that. How can they base so important decisions on so vague descriptions? That's not possible. I stopped Napoleon Bonaparte from getting the lance. I floored Napoleon Bonaparte. I persuaded Jacques Peroux not to shoot. I arrived at the wharf before Sarah de Richet was wounded. I found out about my demon nature. Failed. I did not stop Lady Hillsborough from shooting Sarah de Richet. I did not find out about Sarah de Richet's lie. Alternate paths. I could have had discussion with Manuel Godoy. Oh. Now also our mother is dead. Great! Works out perfect today. What do we learn? No cheap ones available here, so we do 1, 2 here, 1, 2 here. Good. We can't read anything because we don't have any manuscripts available. So we go ahead.
Rational and open. I spent my whole life swimming in lies. Emily, what a waste. I feel like I know nothing. That I have to learn everything all over again. I'm a demon. I age more slowly. I can mentally manipulate people. I don't even know if it's a good thing or a curse. No, this is an advantage. I could get used to this pretty quickly, I think. Damn it, what a mess. Come on, man up, Louis. I'm still the same old me. Demon or not, I'm still in charge of my actions. And this father, I know nothing about. Yes, I've still got a lot to learn. It's enough to drive you crazy. Everything I believed in, nothing holds true anymore. Pull yourself together, man. I need to find some answers. There's no way of being alone for a minute.
Twitch tells me that Unicular subbed again for 1 month. How is it possible when you already today subbed for 6 months? But yeah, thanks. The game is reminding me that you are still a subscriber. The Twitch is reminding me.
Sir Gregory?
Good day, Louis. I think it would be good to talk. How are you feeling?
I don't know.
I understand. I heard that William spoke to you at last about our nature and our family. It's a good thing, but you must be a bit shaken up.
That's the least you can say.
I bid you welcome among us, Louis. Knowing William, he probably didn't go into any detail about our family, so if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask.
How long have we been in existence?
How long has our family been in existence?
We have been here since the very beginning.
What do you mean, exactly?
Are you trying to get information from me?
No, not at all. I was just wondering why that particular question seemed to disturb you.
Let us not insist, then. You yourself weren't very convinced by the question, it seems.
How many of us are there in the family?
We are 8 brothers and sisters.
Okay, let's check his traits. I always forget that. Where is he? Sir Gregory. Immune to conviction.
What do you mean by brothers and sisters if we can change bodies?
You reason with logic. We have retained the human habit. When we first come into this world, we retain a certain attachment to our first envelope. If we are born as a man, we are brothers. If we are born as a woman, we are sisters. But I must admit, it has absolutely no real importance. They're just bodies.
Well, tell me then, are there any other families like ours?
There are officially 7, but we're the oldest and therefore the most powerful.
What's Lord Mortimer's problem?
I think he allows himself to be devoured by a need for recognition.
Has he always been like that?
More or less, but thinking about it, I believe that the birth of our latest sibling greatly accentuated his discomfort.
Do you think he's jealous?
I didn't realize you were so good at behavioral analysis. Indeed, William certainly is prone to jealousy. Finding one's place, notably in the eyes of our father, is not easy, and we each do what we can to succeed. But I can't justify this perpetual rebellion against our rules.
Is there a head of the family?
You'll see. You'll meet them all, of course, when you are ready. They created us and set out the rules, especially our father. As for our mother, she retired from the political stage. We don't see her much anymore. I think that all these questions simply bore her.
I see. There is still much to learn.
Yes, it's true. You've got some catching up to do, my boy. One thing you must understand regarding any disagreements that might arise between William and myself is his position with regard to mankind.
What do you mean?
Well, for centuries we've been trying to help and therefore preserve humanity. Monarchies are simple and practical. They enable us to inspire humanity efficiently, and I can't understand why William wants to replace them with democracy.
Democracy.
But if your intention is not to dominate the human race, why not let them be master of their own destinies?
I perfectly understand this type of reaction from you, less from William. The main thing you're lacking is time. Man is transient, and one of his particularities is that he does not learn from the errors of his peers. He uses up an incredible amount of energy building and destroying whatever he himself has put into place. If we weren't here to help them, guide them, I sincerely believe that humanity would have become extinct by now. On the other hand, we are eternal, Louis. When we plan ahead, we do it for the long term.
That's more like despotism. I understand. No.
Yes, I understand, but that's more like tyranny, isn't it?
Well, it's all a question of your point of view. From man's point of view, I can understand how he would have that impression if ever he found out. But don't forget your true nature. From the demon's point of view, in other words, ours, letting man do as he thinks fit would equate to letting him race to his own demise.
But what about man's freedom to choose?
That is man's worst enemy, Louis. Imagine a creature that dies without reaching the age of adulthood. It remains a child. We have to help him, otherwise he will put himself in danger. It has taken centuries for our family to establish relative peace between demons. Thanks to this policy, we have been able to decide everything by confining the other families to subordinate roles. And now William is obsessed with disrupting everything.
Peace between demons? What do you mean?
I'm not talking about conflicts within our family. If that was all there was, everything would be fine. But several other families, younger but nonetheless powerful, are trying to upset the balance. At present, we dominate most of the major countries around the globe, but some families are pushing, via less influential countries, to gain ground. Do you understand?
As best I can, yes.
When the time comes, you must take up a position on the political chessboard. I only hope your father doesn't take you down with him.
Are you offering me an alliance?
Louis, I do not believe that just because your father is mistaken, all is lost for you. You owe William nothing, so there's nothing obliging you to support him. I want you to make an informed choice. Now go and see your father, see what he has to say, and then think it over very carefully.
That's exactly what I intended to do. Thank you, Uncle.
Don't mention it. If I've been able to help you in any way, go now.
They are very much intriguing everyone across the family. So we will need to find Mortimer in his study. So the shortest way should be along here. So if we are just a demon and can switch bodies, we could then later on take a body with 2 hands. So we are complete again. I'm really curious what happens now, because now the secret was revealed. Our mother is dead. We have now the superpowers. Actually, the whole mission of the game has changed. We started with finding our mother, but now she's dead. So we don't need to do anything of the old stuff we were supposed to do. What do we do now? Morty, where are you? Ah, there.
Louis, I was sure you would stay. I'm proud of you. You have made the right choice. Now you are definitively free from your sister's lies. And from her, in the process. I respect that.
Given what she did to me, she deserved nothing less. And, apparently, I'm not the only one. I'd rather not talk about it.
I understand.
Why didn't you tell me the truth about her?
I thought that might be too many truths to absorb at one time. I intended to tell you afterwards. You were in a hurry, so I made a decision. You've been able to understand and choose for yourself. How do you feel?
Hard to say.
Overwhelmed, intrigued, anxious, relieved.
Quite curious to find out more. My whole way of thinking has been blown apart in just a couple hours.
What could be more normal? It may have been a bit brutal, but you've just grown up in a very short space of time. From now on, you can influence your own future. I will guide you. We've all the time we need.
You're not the first to make me that offer.
What do you mean by that?
Your brother, Sir Gregory.
Gregory. Why am I not even surprised? What did he say?
He spoke to me about you. He spoke to me about your family. What is his traits? William Mortimer. Diversion and science. Diversion, etiquette. He's worried for you. It cost us 4 points. Ah, damn it. He spoke to me about you.
According to him, the family is a prickly subject for you.
He exaggerates. I don't have problems with all our family, far from it. I admit I find it difficult to follow the path set out before me sometimes. I don't share their vision, and they don't understand me.
They find you unstable.
I don't impose anything on anyone. I'm just following my own path.
But where does it lead?
I suppose I should explain. For centuries now, demons have emerged in and around great leaders all over the world. But like true tyrants, they have governed with an iron fist in a studded glove.
That's the impression I get.
But you see, people's discontent is increasing, and they are too high up to hear it. They take themselves for gods. Sooner or later, the people will turn against us, just as they have in the past. Each time it's happened, many of us have died. We must master the humans, yes, but gently. And the best way of doing that is by allowing them a free choice, Louis.
That one I like. Is that his project? He wants to give man a free choice?
You really are trying to liberate men.
Of course, not entirely, no. It is easier to keep control over people who slumber than people who are oppressed. A man with nothing to lose is a dangerous man. Whereas, if you give him a roof, food, and entertainment, he will do whatever you want. The best way of getting them to achieve something is to make them think it was their idea. For that, they have to feel as if they are free.
Hang on. What do you mean?
Look at the United States. From the start, I introduced an idea that will change everything. The idea that everything is possible. Everyone can become someone. Is there anything more beautiful?
You mean it's not true?
Man can move mountains when he believes it is in his own interest. And what nobler cause is there than his own freedom?
Have you any other examples? How horrible it's immoral.
Do you have any more examples?
Of course.
Let's speak about slavery.
Talk to me about slavery.
Well, take the slave trade, for example. It's an archaic practice that simply has to stop. Today, black slaves of America work for free and in unbearable conditions. Tomorrow, if you free the blacks and offer them work along with a salary, they will bless you for it. Then, they will be integrated into the system. They will be taxable. Once they are free, they will have to work for a roof, pay taxes, and feed their families. Maybe we could take away the civil rights of prisoners, for example. In this way, we'll keep control of all those who respect the system and benefit from the others as workforce. What obscurantism! By harping on this concept of good and evil, guilt and redemption, look where men are now, locked up in beliefs that should no longer exist. It's time for men to rediscover themselves and to take control of their lives as they really are, without any moral judgment.
And what would you propose for women?
They must be given the right to work and to vote. Look, at the moment they don't work. They take care of raising children. What a mistake. We have to get them out of the house. Make them work. In this way, not only will they become consumers, but they will also delegate the job of education to the system. We could guide humanity from a young age, Louis, don't you see? Today we are wasting too much time.
Tell me what you think about progress.
Progress is essential, Louis. It's the future.
What else?
Progress must liberate humanity from burdensome chores. Progress must replace man wherever his presence is not obligatory. It creates both the desire and the need. It will liberate women as soon as the machines are able to do all the chores in the home automatically. It will bring men together by bringing a faster means of locomotion. Look at the cultural revolution that printing brought about. But the most important of all has already been laid, the foundation stone. There must be opponents to every project. So, above all, don't develop a one-track approach, otherwise man won't have enough room for expression to feel free. If man sees his chains, he will only want to break them. If we give men the feeling that they are free, I am convinced that they will exceed their limits, and it is only from that condition that humanity shall rise up.
But do you want to dominate or raise humanity higher?
I want it to advance. I want it to progress. Man is our vessel. If he progresses, then so do we. Wouldn't you like to know what we really are?
Who do you mean? Demons?
Yes, us. Our species. I've been searching for centuries, trying to find a way to explain the reason of our existence, but humanity has not yet evolved enough to make any progress on the subject. I am convinced that the sciences will bring that knowledge someday.
So, that's your objective, is it? To understand who we are?
It's really strange. On the one side, his beliefs are really good and really modern, like freeing people, putting women into the same position as men. So it's in the past, so some of that we, to most extent, we finalized, but not completely, still. On the other hand, he wants to control and conquer like all humanity and under his control. And thirdly, he aims for the same interest. He wants to answer the question of existence, what also mankind tries to do since ever. So it's really funny that I agree to him very much, but also disagree very much. It's really strange. It's still manipulation. Why not after all?
I see your point.
Our family clings to its privileges and to the past, and that's how they are putting us in danger. The time has come for change. Now that you know your true nature, there are still a few things I need to teach you.
What do you mean exactly?
A new skill, and not the least, Louis. It's about taking control of a person.
How do you do that? How is that possible? I'm ready.
I don't see how I could do that.
I shall help you the first time.
How do you do it?
It's an animal resonance. How it works is still a bit unclear even to us.
Like a wave or a sound?
That seems the most likely, yes. In my opinion, demons are capable of tuning their psychic frequency to that of others. That is why, for example, I tend to surround myself with deaf and dumb servants. The servants dressed in black. I infiltrated them. I opened a channel between them and me, and then I deprived them of speech and hearing. This way, no other demon can turn them against me.
Ah.
Okay, let's not waste any more time.
I deduce that you're impatient to master what's in store for you. That is good. I thought I'd mix business with pleasure for this first time.
What do you mean by that?
The conference will come to a close shortly, as you know. Not that I'm fed up with archaic diplomacy, but it's time to ensure the success of this project. To make this happen, I would like PEGI to inform the Pope he has changed sides.
You're going to use your powers to alter the votes?
The real game is about to begin, Louis. Up till now, the guests have been sizing each other up. From now on, it's time for Gregory and myself to play, as well as you yourself. Now, here is my plan. I would like you to join His Eminence in his room.
Just play along. We'll see when the time comes. Very well. And then?
You're going to have to trust me. What we're going to do is painless for the human you are going to invade.
Invade?
Yes, you're going to enter his mind and take control. You're going to influence his actions and his psyche. Make him speak, then concentrate. You must focus on him in order to feel his thoughts. Then, while speaking, you must link with him. Once you're done, you will naturally find your way to the source and enter into his thoughts.
But what if I fail?
Trust in your instincts. You just have to let yourself go. You have the skill. Let your nature come to the fore. You'll see. If you fail, you'll be in for some light banter with His Eminence. That's all. There's nothing to be afraid of.
Very well.
Perfect. Go now. The Cardinal is in his room. You will have to write a letter to the Pope as if PEGI had written it himself. In this letter, tell the Pope that whatever happens during the conference, he must follow my propositions. But be careful. In order to protect himself from counterfeiters, the Pope had PEGI's hand tattooed with a symbol to be sure of his identity. You'll see when you're inside him. You'll understand. Once it's written up, just bring it back to me, and I'll send it off immediately.
All right, I'll take care of it.
Don't be ganked. If you invade, don't heal and be respectful. I will be. Let's see what PEGI has for us. So already the second superpower and already able to control people. There's something needs to be there in addition. That's not everything we have to do, because I guess the conference itself is not really the matter we are interested in. So there needs to be another mission, which we are not yet aware of. And I need more items. I have 2 bad influences currently on the top left, and I can't get rid of them. PEGI. This is PEGI, huh?
Monseigneur, His Eminence Cardinal PEGI.
Let's go and see how that works with invading people.
Ah, well, Louis, what brings you back to my chambers?
May I sit down?
Of course, Louis. Don't you feel good?
Yes, but
if I'm gonna pass inside you, I'd better sit myself down first.
It's nothing, don't worry about it.
Well, what can I do for you?
Right. Now I need to concentrate.
I wanted to speak to you, Your Eminence.
His traits. PEGI. Where is PEGI? Questioning and manipulation. We don't do logic and erudition. Questioning, manipulation is good. Logic and erudition is wrong.
I wanted to thank you for your help. I mean, for your time talking to me about the Holy Lands.
Oh, and did you find it? It's the crusade of a lifetime for some people, Louis. You are searching for another holy grail.
You're nearly there. Link into his thoughts.
Does it annoy you at all?
But what on earth is he trying to get at? Why do you ask, Louis? I don't follow.
For the glory, Your Eminence.
I can feel it coming. It's working.
What insolence? Why, really? I am a man of the church, Louis. May God keep me from such ambitions.
Right. Let me in, Your Eminence.
Why?
What the fuck?
I've done it. I've done it, damn it. He was right.
What the fuck?
This is just crazy. I can't believe it.
I'm old.
Look at yourself, Louis. You better not get caught. Whoa. I still need to get used to this body. So, let's see about what Mortimer asked me.
Right. Well, it's time I got started.
Time to
Let's
rock
see
that
what I
body.
can find here to help me write that letter. I have no means to validate my forgery, so I better take my time with it and not make any mistakes. There are 2 letters from the Pope on the desk. I should be able to get a clue or 2 by checking how well they correspond to each other. And here are 3 stamps. All are different.
Read the letters on the desk. Read the first letter. My dear Giuseppe, as my health does not allow me to honor Sir Holmes' invitation to go to Lord Mortimer's, I should be grateful if you would sit at a conference on my behalf. Naturally, you will give my thanks to your hosts. Consolidate our agreements with Sir Gregory and let him know that his venture regarding Cardinal Bishop Chiaramonti is following its course. I have every confidence in you. May God bless and protect you. S.S. Giovanni Angelo Boracci. P.S. Do not use your personal stamp when writing to me. Instead, use the one with the motto on it. With the motto? Which motto? 1792. GHFY. What is a GHFY? Okay. Read the second letter. My dear Giuseppe, I know you are on your way to Lord Mortimer's residence. I hope you have a good trip, even though you are obliged to cross the French countryside at present very adulated. Know that this mission is crucial, my friend. May God bless and protect you. HBCF. What is this EH? This is some cipher. HBCF. Could be some hash something indicator from the message. HBCF. Oop. There's a hand popping up. HBCF. Something with the year, maybe? Let me see the other letter. GYGHFY. Not really getting to the names. So we know we do not use your personal stamp when writing to me. Instead, use the one with my motto on it. With my motto. With the one. Put on letters. Choose a stamp for the letter. I noticed something about the stamp.
In one of the letters, the Pope asked PEGI to change and to stop using his personal stamp. He asked him to use the one with the Pope's motto on it.
I know that the Pope's motto
Must be in Latin.
Look at the stamp on the right. Compare with PEGI's letter. Look at the inscription on the stamp.
Justitia, misericordia e humiltà. Boy, I gotta brush up my foreign languages.
Damn it! Compare with PEGI's letter.
PEGI once gave me a sealed letter. It had the same seal on it. I remember now.
So this is PEGI's letter. Okay. Use this one. Go back. Look at the stamp in the middle. Look at the inscription.
On it is written, Flore in Domo Domini.
That really sounds Italian. Well, Latin. Italian or Latin, something.
This seal is different to the one PEGI used for the letter he gave me. Yes, I'm certain of it.
And the left one?
A circle with a cross inside.
Must be in Latin. Go back. So the middle one. Let's first check out the contents. I will go for the middle one for now. Choose the contents of the letter.
Right. Well, let's start writing. Lord Mortimer asked me to discredit Sir Gregory and to announce PEGI's final vote in his favor. As an introduction, Your Holiness, thank you for your trust.
Discret home. Write the content of the letter, write the code.
It turns out, now that I'm here, that I find Lord Mortimer's projects grant us many more advantages in comparison to what Sir Gregory had suggested. We are talking about the future of the Holy See. There. That should be enough to justify the change of vote. There's a kind of code composed of 6 letters that they always write under the dates of their correspondence. According to Mortimer, it's got something to do with PEGI's tattoo. I guess I'll have to write one for today's date. Now, ideally, it'd be better to do it without it, but I'm going to need to be extremely clever here. Today, the date is 24/01/1793.
Think about the logic of the code.
In the letters from the Pope, there are 6 letters just below the date, 2 just below the month, 4 others below the year. PEGI's tattoo. It must be used to establish a connection between the letter of the concentric circle and the numbers shown in the middle. Some figures are the same in both codes, yet they correspond to different letters. The day is not translated. That must be the key to the code. Today the date is 24/01/1793.
So the 17 is the code. Yeah, but I would like to see the hand, maybe? Huh? The 17 is the code. Wait, 7H is the 8th letters. So 7 and 1 would be H. So why is 1? 1 and E. E is the A, B, C, D, E fifth letter. Doesn't work out at all. And we need to use the hand somehow. But I don't really see the hand.
In the letters from the Pope, there are 6 letters just below the date, 2 just below the month, 4 others below the year. Piaggi's tattoo. It must be used to establish a connection between the letter of the concentric circle and the number shown in the middle. Some figures are the same in both codes, yet they correspond to different letters. The day is not translated. That must be the key to the code.
Yeah, that's how far I got it myself.
Today the date is 24/01/1793.
Let's change the last letter. Ah, wait. Huh. J. 12th. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, I, J. It's the 8th letter. No. Wait. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J. What is this? Ah, now I see the hand better. Okay, let's see. The 17 in the first one needs to be the code. 17 becomes an F. So the last letter... Maybe F is the starting point then? But 0... Why is then 0 an E? Then should be... 0 should then be an F. F, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, F, G, H, F, G, H. Or is it an F? No, it can't be an F. What is the 17? A? The F is on the top right, so what is the 17, goddammit? Is it the T? Oh, why? Now it fails due to the inreadability of the hand, or what? So maybe the 17 gives us the starting. So it will be an E. So 17 in E. Does it work out? Then 1... No. Doesn't work out. Then 1 would not be the next letter. There is a G. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. There are 2 letters in between, but only 1 number. Maybe with the 31. 31 is an I. That's clear. Or the T. No, it's an I. 31 is an I. So J would be fitting. No, not really. What the hell? So if 31 is the I, and 1 goes to G, G, H, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. So 1 would be 2 after before the starting letter, but 2 is then 1/4? That does not make sense at all. But why do I need to change the last letter?
Today the date is 24/01/1793.
A, start from the
Today the date is 24/01/1793.
So 24. Which I don't see. 24 is an A. Okay, let's start with an A.
Today the date is 24/01/1793.
Because 17, 31 is an I.
Today the date is 24/01/1793.
Change the last letter. Ah, change the last letter is the letter which I changed. Ah, okay. Not the last in order, but the one which I just changed.
In the letters from the Pope, there are 6 letters just below the date, 2 just below the month, 4 others below the year. PEGI's tattoo. It must be used to establish a connection between the letter of the concentric circle and the number shown in the middle.
Can't they show the tattoo one time straight and readable?
Some figures are the same in both codes, yet they correspond to different letters. The day is not translated. That must be the key to the code.
Yeah, that's clear, but I don't get it
Today
further.
the date is 24/01/1793.
So, the 1 in the first one goes to an H. This is the only repeating number, which becomes H. And the other one, also only the 1 and 2 becomes the same. So it's an identical cipher. It is just a moving cipher. So we are changing numbers to letters in some sort of moving cipher. So the day is the moving index, and we have a translation of the moving index over the tattoo in the hand. Why does so 17? But I don't get it further. 31 is an I. Why does 12 become GY? It does not make sense at all. A, B, C, D, E. No, that's also not working. I can't. So we only have letters in the first half of the alphabet. 9 is the highest number, so A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. So why do we get actually a Y? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, Y. Y is 10. How does it work out? I'm still not sure what the 17 is, because I can't read the 17. It's not possible to read it.
Today the date is
Oh, I misclicked. Sorry.
24/01/1793. In the letters from the Pope, there are 6 letters just below the date, 2 just below the month, 4 others below the year. PEGI's tattoo. It must be used to establish a connection between the
It's
letter
also
of the
an F.
concentric
17
circle
is also
and the
F.
number shown in the middle. Some figures are the same in both codes, yet they correspond to different letters. The day is not translated. That must be the key to the code. Some figures are the same in both codes, yet they correspond to different
Same text.
letters. The day is not translated. That must be the key to the code. Today the date is 24/01/1793.
Okay, I can even now do it without the code. Do without the code. No, don't. Okay, if 17 is an F, why is then 0 an E and not an F? A, B, C, D, E, F. Do we start 1 before the code? But why is then 1 E, F, G, H? Why is 1 then 2 after the code? That does not make sense at all. If 31 is an I, that does not make sense. Or 12. No. That does not make sense at all. Like, every digit needs to be translated individually, otherwise it would not work out that the identical numbers become the identical letters. So, the starting one for the right letter is 31, I. Then 1 should be Y and not G. Or maybe I, but not G. G doesn't make sense. And even if we say like 1 is backwards, then would be H and not. That does not make sense. Ah, I have it. I have it. On the wheel, we go fourth on the wheel. So the next one is G. 2 is the one I can't read, therefore in J. 1 is again the Z. 7 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, you can't read this. Okay, so we have 24. 24 is an A.
Today the date is
Finally.
24/01/1793.
Start over again.
Today the date is 24/01/1793.
So we have 24. We start with the A. Then we have a 0. So 17 is an E, not an F. So we start with an A.
Today the date is 24/01/1793.
Then we have a 1. So we go in 1/4. So we have the F. E, F.
Today the date is 24/01/1793.
Then we have a 1. So we go again with an F.
Today the date is 24/01/1793.
Then we have a 7. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. C.
Today the date is 24/01/1793.
Let's check that. 1 F, 2 I, 3 G. Then something I can't read. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's in C, yeah. Then we have a 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Is it a B? I need to see the hand.
Today the date is 24/01/1793. In the letters from the Pope,
I need to see
there are
the upper
6
left of
letters
the hand.
just
I can't
below
read
the
it.
date, 2 just below the month, 4 others below the year. Piaggi's tattoo.
B, yeah.
It must be used to establish a connection between the letter of the concentric circle and the number shown in the middle. Today the date is 24/01/1793.
Ah, no, there is it. A, B, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's a B. top
Today the
left.
date is 24/01/1793.
Then we have the 3. 1, 2, 3. G. I don't have a G? Ah. Sure.
Today the date is
Easier.
24/01/1793.
Did I forget something? AF? Wait. No, I forgot a letter. We have the... So A, F, F9 is the B. Wait, huh? A, F, F7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, C. Huh? Okay. Didn't I do the C? A, F, F, C, G. A, F, F, C, B, G.
Today the date is 24/01/1793.
So A,
Today the date is 24/01/1793.
then 1 for the F.
Today the date is 24/01/1793.
Then another F for the 1.
Today the date is 24/01/1793.
Another one which was missing. A, B, C. So for the for the 7 we need yeah, for the 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's a C, yeah.
Today the date is 24/01/1793.
And now BG, right? Now 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This was the B.
Today the date is 24/01.
And now the last one, our 3 would be a G. 1, 2, 3, a G.
Today is the 24/01/1793.
Okay. Yes, write the code. Choose the right stamp or letter. Choose the stamp for the letter. And now the middle one.
On it is written, Flore in Domo Domini.
We translate it to be sure.
Latin, it blooms in the house of God.
Solved it. Read letter on the desks. No, finish letter.
Your Eminence, all ready to send... What's he doing here?
Damn it. That's all I need.
Don't worry, he can't hear us.
What do you mean he can't hear us? What's going on here, Piaggi?
Von Wöllner. So we will do his trade in the next episode, so with the dialogue, and see what he is vulnerable of and whatnot. This we will do still on YouTube, so episode will be next on YouTube in 2 days. And until then, I will say, don't lose your head, YouTube. Goodbye.